Your voice, your opinion, your community. Fact TV, free speech protected.
I talk, you listen, or you turn the channel. Either way, I'm still gonna talk.
I'm still talking.
Hey, welcome to Still Talking. I'm Rick Blood. Today is Monday, October 30th. Just because my air slots have been kind of mixed up, episodes have been kind of mixed up or lagging, so we're going to start with the date every episode now. So Monday, October 30th is what it is, and a weather alert. It's moist out there, rainy, kind of on the chilly side. It's only in the upper 40s, so it's kind of really slamming us with that. Hey, get ready for what we've got in store next. And we know what that is. It's that white stuff that comes out of the sky that nobody likes. Well, some people like it, I guess. So horrible things going on, still in the news. We've got wars, we've got famines, we've got pestilence, we've got protests, we've got hate, we've got Matthew Perry died. Yeah, I know. He was one of my friends too. Don't know what to say. 54 years old, which is young. Well, then again, what you have to understand about these people, I mean, Matthew Perry's not the only one that died. He's just the only one that got announced. Every day, thousands of people, maybe millions of people every day in the world die. But, you know, Matthew Perry, because he was rich and famous, because he could act, you know, and he made a good living, and, you know, I'm pretty sure he didn't cry if they told him he had to work more than 25 hours a week, or he actually had to learn his lines or, you know, put down his phone so he could do the scene. You know, he probably worked 60, 70 hours a week when he was making it. But these guys all lead hard lives, and that's what the fame and the fortune leads to most of the time. And I mean, 54 years old, you got to figure it's pretty good. He made it past 27. You know, 27, that's, you know, Kurt Cobain, Janis Joplin, Jim Morrison. A lot of those people died at 27. It's a weird coincidence, a conspiracy theory or something. But a lot of those famous folks died at 27. Jimi Hendrix, another one. Yeah, I mean, there's a whole list of them, and I should have brought the list, but I didn't. So he didn't quite make it to Elvis. You know, Elvis, I think, was in his 70s when he died. But hey, and there's, at this point on the 30th of October, we don't know. Toxicology hasn't come back. There were rumors that there was drugs found in his house. It had been documented that he had a real rough go throughout his life with addiction problems. You know, and that he was sad and lonely and depressed, and the same thing that most comedians are, or, you know, a lot of us normal, regular, average people are. And one of the things that struck me was he said he spent $9 million to get sober. You might as well drink because it's cheaper. You know, especially, and again, one of the things about addiction is you cannot change a person's addictive habits until they themselves are ready to change them. You can't feel bad about addicts and the fact that you can't help them. They have to make the conscious decision that they don't want to do that anymore. That's how I quit drinking. I was just like, look, I drink a lot, I get drunk a lot. I'm an ass when I get drunk. And my life wasn't going the way that I wanted it to go. So finally, after, DWIs and programs and this and that, as well as living with an alcoholic stepmother, none of that helped. None of that steered me towards the right path until it was, I made that decision just to do it. And, but it's a sad thing. Matthew Perry, man, he had a great career just on Friends, and then movies on top of that. And I can't remember if he ever did stand-up comedy, but, he worked his way. And the other thing I heard, he was up to like 54 Vicodins a day while he was filming Friends. And that's, unimaginable. But it's a sad thing. And there's all kinds, too many sad things in the world. There's still, the war is going on still. It's probably go on for a long time. But it's bleeding over into the United States. And, I wish I could be funny about all this stuff, but it's not really a laughing matter. Because you've got, dare I say, uneducated people in college out protesting for Hamas and that Israel is the bad guy and death to Israel. And yeah, those are the things that they're chanting on college campuses these days. River to the sea, let Palestine be free, blah, blah, blah. It hurts to even say that kind of stuff because they're talking like Hitler and talking about wiping out the Jews. Everybody's worried about the Palestinian refugees. Oh, what are the poor Palestinians going to do? Well, number one, they could stand up against the terrorists in their own country. They could do that. Everybody says a two-state solution. Yes, that would be beautiful if it could be a two-state solution. Some people don't believe that it can be. And the one-state solution, they think, is Palestine without Israel. Not Israel without Palestine, Palestine without Israel. That's their one-state solution. And it's, again, people fighting over sand. And it's crazy. And right here on the college campuses, there's all these protests going, and I don't believe a word of it. I don't believe that these kids have any conviction in their ideals. And here's how you can tell. You can tell by the fact that they're out there protesting, screaming and waving flags and making a big scene. If you have conviction for your feelings about Palestine and getting rid of the Jews, get on a plane, go over there, and join the damn fight. Don't wave a banner, do stupid crap like that because it means nothing. If you really believe what you're spouting out there on those college campuses, pack up your crap, go over there, and join the fight. See what life is really like outside of that fancy mom and dad paid for college bubble you're in. Plain and simple. Walk the walk. Because your talk means nothing. And, if I was running this country, anybody like that college professor that got up and said that he was exhilarated by October 7th should be immediately put in an orange jumpsuit and sent to Guantanamo Bay. Yeah. Let's open up the old hotel again and fill it with people who are screaming for the destruction of Israel. Because they're not right in the head. Fill mental institutes with these people. Because something's wrong in their twisted heads that they think that genocide is acceptable. And they think that Iran is our friend. Would you be friends with somebody that told you every day they want you dead? Of course you wouldn't. Who would? I don't know what to say, because there's nothing to say. War is horrible. If you're going to get involved in war, if you're going to think about war, then you better be ready to think the most horrific things and the most evil things that you can think of. Because that's what war is. War is bloody. War is dead babies and people everywhere. Blood in the streets. Bombed out buildings. It's not civil society. And we're fighting for a civil society. It's all we want. And you know, guys like me who, while we need government for certain things, I don't think we need the government for half the things that it's doing. You know, stay out of my business. I'm an independent soul. I can, you know, basically figure things out for myself. I don't need you to tell me what to think or who to hate or any of that, but that's what the government does. The government will tell you who you can hate and who you can't hate. And they do it through the manipulation of speech. They do it through the manipulation of the media. And we just go along. Instead of standing up and saying, wait a minute, why should I hate that person? Or why should I hate those people? You know? The hate is in the minds of the leaders. That's where it is. Once you get to that level of richness and power, the little people don't matter at all. And I know this because I watch Undercover Boss, you know, and I've seen these CEOs, you know, the guy that sits in that top chair on top of the pyramid, that little pointy chair, you know, with the point that goes up his butt, and has no clue what the underlings do or the struggles that people are in day to day, you know, but still going to work and trying to eke out their little meager living. And usually, it's, of course, at the end of the Undercover Boss, you know, the boss usually was like, oh, geez, you know, I didn't realize that. You know, I forgot that I started sweeping floors back when I was 17 years old. You know, and that's what happens. When you get up there in power, you tend to forget how you got there and where you came from. So it pays just to be a regular person. And, you know, I think I've done enough ranting for today. So let's just talk about how you can make your life, you know, a little better. Because your life is up to you. Again, we are individual souls. I've said it before, we have free will. We control our emotions. Our emotions don't control us. But a lot of us think the opposite. You know, they think that emotions control what we do. And they don't have to. every day you can get out of bed and, smile. Smile when you first wake up and say, hey, it's a great day. Even this morning, I got up and I was like, it's a great day. And even though it's rainy, crappy, cold outside, and I've got to deal with Mom all day because today's my one day off from the delivery job, it's still a great day, and I can feel good about the day. Get up and make your bed. First thing, make your bed. There's an admiral, a Navy admiral, that wrote that in his book about how every day if you get up and you make your bed, first thing, well then if you accomplish nothing else during the whole day, at least you made your bed, right? I don't make mine. I figure I'm just going to get in it in 12 hours anyway, or 14 hours or whatever. So I make it every time I wash the sheets, then I make the bed. Until I get in it, and then I don't make the bed again until I wash the sheets next week. So what else can you do to make life happy? You can smile at somebody else. Say hello to somebody. Say hello to old people. They love it. Because a lot of them don't have people that they talk to normally, all the time, every day. Be nice to somebody. If you see somebody struggling with something, offer to give them a hand. Makes you feel good. Makes life happy. I don't have to tell you, eat good and exercise and wait. No, never mind, because I don't eat good and I don't exercise a whole lot. So those things aren't super important. You just got to eat enough to make a turd. That's all. It's kind of everything will make a turd if you eat it. And that's basically our job. We eat stuff, it comes out the bottom end, and we just move on through life, aggravating people or not aggravating people. Again, it's your choice. You can walk around and be a mean old coot all you want. But it probably doesn't make you happy. It doesn't make other people happy. Walk around, be happy. Yeah, life is hard, but you get through it. And, you do the best you can. Even when it's hard. When it's hard, that's when you know what you're made of because you fight through it. And everybody is fighting through something. If you look at somebody who's extremely happy, deep down inside, they're probably extremely miserable. Yeah, that's the way it is. You talk any comedian, look at any comedian, and they'll say, they spend a lot of time depressed, they spend a lot of time lonely by themselves, they don't have a lot of friends, and they've become a comedian to offset that, to put on the happy face, to be somebody who they can't be in real life, And let me tell you, Matthew Perry wasn't Chandler Bing. Chandler Bing was just a character that Matthew Perry played. That's right. An actor's got to be, being an actor has got to be great in the aspect that, you spend a lot of your time as someone else. Yeah, kind of like Sybil. Only she didn't have a choice as to who else she was going to be. I don't know where I was going with that. But anyway, what else can you do to make your life happy? Do what you want to do. Live. Put down your phone, step away from your phone. That's probably one of the biggest things that you can do is step away from technology. You can't appreciate the earth unless you're out in it. You can't experience life unless you're living it. And let me tell you, this isn't living it. Life is active. Life isn't passive, sitting in front of your screen, moving only your thumbs and your fingers. You move your whole body, you get involved. You go out and do things. I don't care what you do, just go out and do something. You know? Make yourself happy. Try and make somebody else happy. If you start making other people happy, you'll find out that kind of makes you feel happy too. It's a contagious thing. So, let me think, what else did I want to talk about? I mentioned last week that we'd probably talk about education, but face it, education's boring. It's just learning crap. I think that we're teaching all the wrong things these days, or we're not. I won't say we're teaching the wrong things, but we're not teaching the right things. The right things would be, you know, math, science, English, writing, cursive writing. I hate to write because I was never really good at it, but I didn't pay attention in English class, you know? I don't know what word to end a sentence with or you know, exactly sometimes where a comma is supposed to go and where it's not supposed to go. So, you know, but the English, writing skills, communication skills, those are important. Communication skills are probably one of the things that we should put at the top of the list of what we should teach kids.
Hey, this is your Rotary reminder for the lights.
For the lights?
You said you wanted to add an apology?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, thanks, Josh. Yeah, I was gonna start the show off with that. I do have to make a correction from last week, and I'm glad I mentioned it to Josh, the director, because hey, I would have forgot. Maybe I did a little too much pregame. Maybe not. I don't know. You never can tell with me. Yeah, I have to make a correction. Last week I went on a rant about the lighting at the Rotary on Island Street and Key Road. And I went through there the other night and they seemed fine. So I don't know whether they just weren't up to full power, whether they hadn't been completely turned on yet, or maybe I just went through the whole place with my eyes closed. I don't know. That might have happened. A lot of times I drive like that because I'm scared. Not the way that I drive, but the way other people drive. So I just close my eyes and hit the gas and off I go. So I'm sorry if I upset anybody with my, poor lighting at the Rotary remarks last week. But they were much better, and I like the fact that they added, they've got the lights down the center line between the two Rotaries. Looks pretty awesome. All right. So I said that. The city of Keene can rest easy now. Rick's not on the warpath anymore. But don't worry, I'm sure there'll be something else come up soon. There always is. What do I see? I see, of course, I work right across the street from the Colonial Theater, and I would be amiss if I didn't let everybody know that on, I think it's November 3rd, that the Colonial is on the marquee says Warren Miller. So the Colonial is going to be doing the Warren Miller ski film thing again this year. I think it's pretty much an annual thing now. And if you've never seen a Warren Miller ski film, go and see a Warren Miller ski film because they are beautifully produced, beautifully shot. The scenics are unbelievable. If he's still doing them, I know the older Warren Miller films have at least one section where it's narrated, a narrated section that gets, you know, funny stuff, whether they're crashes or falls, or my favorite was always the ski lift videos that were narrated, people trying to get on and off the ski lifts. And it's just funny stuff and just beautiful films. Warren Miller is one of the top outdoor folks that there is. I believe Warren Miller passed, and I think his son took over the whole shebang. And yeah, they just great films, and especially if you love the outdoors, if you're an avid skier, this is one of those things that they show it in November because they want you to go and they want you to watch it and they want you to get all fired up about ski season coming up, you know. And, you know, if you're one of the people that don't like the snow, well, you can go and, you know, you can get all fired up about the anger that you're going to have when all the snow comes. Or you can just be happy. Again, be happy. So anyway, I thought I'd just mention that because I look at it every day. And it's just one of those things. So, what else have I got as we wind our time down? I can't think of anything other than, you know, if you watch on YouTube, hit that little subscribe button. I'm not sure if it's over there or over here or where it is. But somewhere down there, right underneath me, there's a button that says subscribe and like, a little thumbs up thing. So that's my clock that says my time's up. So I want to thank Josh, Fact TV. If you're watching on Facebook, click like, share it. Till next time, I'm Rick Blood, still talking. Peace.